through Kabbage. Okay, so let's do through Kabbage. So let's go to apply. All right, so I'm going to create an account with Kabbage. Get started. Perfect. So apply for federal relief through Paycheck Protection Program. Apply now. So we're going to click on apply now. Business name. So let's do Brian and Hector's Taco Shop. Okay. If you have a DBA, then you would use a DBA there, right? If there's no DBA, you don't need to do that. So let's go into continue. Okay. What's my legal name? Hector Garcia. Only one of the owners needs to put the information here. For the most part, probably you're going to have to deal with a 20% owner, right? So a 20% owner. So what's your business phone number? Oh, geez. Okay. Let me put my business phone number here. I agree, and then hit continue. Did you have, how many employees did you have as of February 15? Let's make it really easy. One, right? Let's say I'm a self-employed, right? Now we'll do continue. What's your company structure? Let's do sole proprietorship. Let's do sole proprietorship. And let's do continue. Okay, are you any of these things? Nope. So I'll do eligible self-employed individual or independent contractor. Either one works. So continue. Then what's your NAICS code? So you have to find out, depending on what you do for a living, you have to find out the NAICS code. Everybody gets tripped up about this. So let's do a NAICS search. NAICS. Let's put here accountant. Let's see what is my NAICS search. So I am other accounting services, 541219. 541219. 541219. Other accounting services. Beautiful, right? Easy peasy. So we'll do continue. Okay. Are you part of a franchise? I'm going to say no. And if you happen to be part of a franchise, then you would probably want to check how that works. When did you start the taco shop? Let's say we started, let's say July. No, let's do 1/1/2019. So 1/2019, continue. What are your net earnings from 2019? So let me pull up my Schedule C. So this is it. So even though it's called Brian and Hector's Taco Shop, I guess it's just my business. So I know that some people are saying, wait, are you guys both owners of a Schedule C? No, that doesn't work. We don't work like that way, right? So I'm going to put my name, my company name, my Social Security, my EIN if I happen to have a separate EIN. You don't have to have a separate EIN, all your information, right? So hopefully you're using TurboTax or something decent to put this together. You're not doing it like in a blank form because you're likely to do it wrong. So use TurboTax or use some sort of cheap accounting software to do this. If you can, I'm not saying you have to. But the last number you look at, the only number that matters is this number here, line 31. So if you got line 31, that number, that's the number you need to use. If that number is a negative, then forget it. It's not going to work. If that number is positive, then it might work, right? And this is when it's a sole proprietor, right? If you weren't using a sole proprietor, then you look at it, you're going to do payroll calculations. But in this specific case, we're doing sole proprietor only. So that was 11,600, something like that. I don't remember the exact number. So I'm going to put 11,600. That's my net earnings for all of 2019, right? So then I'm going to hit continue. And then it says, did you receive EIDL money? Let's say I did. Let's say I received $1,000. Okay. I know some of you got it, some of you don't. So I'm going to put 1,000. So I got $1,000 before that. So I'm going to hit continue. Then it says, based on the information, this is what you're eligible for. Okay. So it calculates it for you. It's beautiful. You don't have to do that much work. Although I'm going to give you a spreadsheet that I use. In the case that if you work with a local bank, you're going to have to probably do a spreadsheet. The FinTechs do all this stuff automatic, which makes it really cool. Then we're going to go to continue. And then we're going to say, what are you going to use the money for? What you always want to put here is put 75% for payroll, put 10% for lease and mortgage, and put 15% for utilities. It actually doesn't matter what you put here. This is just what you expect to do with the money. Okay. Now, a quick caveat here, and I think somebody's mentioned that in the live chat, so I think it's valuable. If the net income amount in the Schedule C is more than 100,000, then you only put 100,000. So let's clarify that. Where's my Schedule C? Okay, so if that line 31 in that Schedule C, it's higher than 100,000, that number right there. If that's higher than 100,000, then you're going to put 100,000 and that's it, right? And then that's going to do the calculation, which is going to give you a cap of 20,833. Okay. Now, could you put 100% payroll here and then put 0 and 0? Technically, you could. If they allow you to do that, do it. But I know like Chase, for example, doesn't let you do that. With Chase, you have to put 75 and then put other random numbers until you get that. So you can put 100% payroll, but you cannot put anything smaller than 75 for payroll. All right, so I'm going to hit continue. And then what's my Social Security number? So let me put a bogus number. Continue. What's my job title? Put here accountant for the people. Okay, what's my business address? Florida. Okay, home address is same as the business address. Let's assume that. My date of birth, 01/01/1970. Continue. Personal phone number. Okay. Continue. I own 100% of the business, although I take Brian's name in the in the name of the store. So I'm gonna hit continue. Okay, and you have to read this. You have to answer like the right question, right? But in this case, the right answer is always a no. But like if you defaulted an SBA loan before, or if you have been suspended from borrowing from the SBA, all those things can be an issue. So the last one is a disclosure of all the other businesses that you own. So if I own another business, I must disclose it, right? So I have, so we got Hector's Accounting LLC. Now I know this stuff is like inconsistent, like we got the taco shop and the accountant. I'm just, just doing examples. Okay. Then it says here, has anyone that owns 20% or more of the business been under indictment, probation, whatever? I'm going to put no, and then I'm going to initial. In the last 5 years, have you been convicted of a crime or whatever? So no, and initials. Continue. I don't know the details about that. Then you have to make all these affirmations, right? So you should read this. You should agree to it. And then if you agree to it, you're going to put a check mark on everything else and then hit continue. Okay. There we go. So I want to read the information. Here's my summary. Make sure everything is correct. All the information is correct. I'm going to go through it. Make sure there's no issues here. I'm going to certify with the checkbox and then click on submit application. All right. So additional documents. So it says here, upload your Schedule C. So I'm going to go to locate file. I'm going to upload my Schedule C that's in my computer somewhere. Click on submit. Click on next. Okay, so I got to upload my driver's license. All right, so I'll send this thumbnail here I have on my YouTube video and click on submit. Okay, next. And EIDL statement. So your most recent statement, right? So I don't have an EIDL statement. So what I would probably do is, print my bank statement where it shows that I got the $1,000 and just upload that there. Because I don't know what EIDL statement is. Like I got the EIDL, but I didn't really get any, any documents from it. So, maybe if you get an email with something. So continue, submit that. Okay. And that's it.